I would like to extend congratulations to your predecessors, Her Excellency Igreselda Gonzalez Lopez, Permanent Representative of El Salvador, and His Excellency Michelle Fifield, Permanent Representative of Australia, for their instrumental work in advancing the biennial process and achieving concrete outcomes in revitalizing the work of the General Assembly. Notably, the adoption of Resolution 77/335 in 2023 marked a significant milestone. Distinguished co-chairs, the issues addressed in the revised resolution underscore the ongoing efforts to strengthen the role of the General Assembly, particularly in areas such as its working methods, the selection process for the Secretary General and other high-level executive heads, as well as enhancing accountability, transparency, and the institutional memory of the Office of the President of the General Assembly. It is essential to recognize that when the United Nations was founded in 1945, following the Second World War, the General Assembly was envisioned as a principal deliberative, policy-making, and representative body of the UN. As such, efforts to reinforce its role must focus, among other things, on comprehensive reform of its working methods and a review of key provisions in the United Nations Charter, particularly Articles 10 and 14. These provisions currently classify General Assembly resolutions as recommendations, and we believe it is time to re-examine the General Assembly's authority by reviewing the Charter to ascribe the appropriate weight to its resolutions. Additionally, we strongly support the emphasis on streamlining the General Assembly's agenda to eliminate duplication and foster more substantive dialogue. We also believe that reducing the number of side events in high-level meetings is crucial to ensuring meaningful participation and high-level attendance. Sierra Leone supports the practice of candidates for the General Assembly presidency presenting their vision statements and engaging in informal dialogues with member states. We believe this practice enhances the election process, ensuring that the most qualified candidates are selected for the role. Moreover, we acknowledge the progress made by Resolutions 69/321, 70/305, and 71/323, which laid a solid foundation for revitalizing the work of the General Assembly. These resolutions establish informal dialogues with candidates for the position of Secretary General, introduce a code of ethics and an oath of office for presidents of the General Assembly, and highlighted the regrettable absence of a woman Secretary General. Sierra Leone joins the growing call for the election of the first woman to the post, and we urge member states to seize this transformative opportunity as a testament to our commitment to gender equality. In the same vein, we underscore the need for transparency in the selection process for the Secretary General, ensuring a predictable timeline and adherence to best practices in appointing executive heads of UN entities. The undue concentration of senior positions in the hands of a few member states is undesirable. The United Nations is a global civil service, and its staffing must reflect the diversity of all member states. Sierra Leone welcomes the focus of Resolution 77/335 on improving transparency in key processes, such as the selection of the Secretary General and the functioning of the Office of the President of the General Assembly. On the issue of strengthening accountability within the Office of the President, we reiterate our support for General Assembly Resolution A/70/305, which calls for presidents to provide financial disclosures upon assumption and completion of their duties in line with the United Nations Financial Disclosure Program. In the spirit of transparency, we call for institutionalizing the Financial Disclosure Program for every President of the General Assembly. Additionally, we reaffirm our call for the President's office to be funded solely through the regular United Nations budget and the Trust Fund for the Office of the President of the General Assembly to ensure greater transparency and maintain public trust. Lastly, with regard to strengthening institutional memory within the Office of the President, we welcome the launch of the iGov, the new portal for intergovernmental bodies, as envisioned in paragraph 66 of Resolution 77/335. We urge for its expedited rollout across all General Assembly committees. Furthermore, we commend the publication of the Digital Handbook on the UN General Assembly's past practices on peace and security, which is a valuable resource for further enhancing the Assembly's role in addressing global challenges in line with the principles of the UN Charter. In conclusion, Sierra Leone fully supports the revitalization process and remains committed to all efforts aimed at reforming the United Nations as a whole. I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Sierra Leone for his statement. Colleagues, we've had the last speaker for our meeting today. So the first meeting of the ad hoc working group on the revitalization of the General Assembly is now concluded. My co-chair and I wish to take this opportunity to thank all delegations for engaging in a very constructive and open dialogue during this thematic debate. And interesting points have been made, and many of them, this one can see the themes that are coming through, the number of issues that you share in common, and we have listened. We also thank the President of the General Assembly and the USG for General Assembly and Conference Management for their presence today and the support of their teams that are sitting with us here today, so thank you, and assisting us with our proceedings and the process so far. As always, the co-chairs and our teams remain at your disposal for any proposals, questions, or suggestions that you may have at this time. And we will see you in the next session, and we have communicated about this with you. So thank you very much and have a good afternoon. The meeting is adjourned.